Guys, I think Tubi just put out an original that might be one of the top movies of the year. No joke. I would have never believed it, but I think they've done it here. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of a movie called Lowlifes that just hit Tubi as an original film that they put out on their service. And yes, I'm pretty impressed. This is an indie film that just came out on the service. I've been hearing it through the grapevine, through people who I know who review movies and stuff, and I was kind of curious about it, and I, normally don't do a lot of Tubi movies, but maybe I should start doing that because, man, I'm really kind of taken back on this movie. For an indie to come out the gate swinging like this, I'm pretty impressed, and it's a movie that we need to talk about. So this is a movie that's going to be very hard to, talk about without spoiling anything, because there's some things that happen in the movie very early on that really change the movie around quite a bit. And it's for that reason that I'm not going to post a lot of the trailer behind. I'm going to try to patch it in with a couple of pictures, and you'll see a lot of my face, but just understand that, okay? So what's it all about? It is essentially about a family that is on a road tripping vacation together like a normal family would, and their survival instincts are put to the test when they are forced to stay at a local home nearby in the middle of the woods. It's a remote house with a family of some pretty interesting folks that are a little too inviting. Nothing like a family that is being threatened by people, but this one goes even further. Things really start to get pretty crazy in this household. There's a mix of things throughout the entire film, but really the third act is where things pop off. There is a lot of suspense and crazy things that happen in between. It may be different for some people, but I really enjoyed it. The setup is there, and I can't tell you any more than that, but that this movie surprised me in a few different ways. Now, I don't want to say this is like the biggest, craziest surprise I've ever seen in a movie, but this movie packs a few of them in there that are well established, well written, and fun to watch. This movie kind of has a cadence and a vibe to it that feels a little like a dark comedy, and it definitely has those beats in it, and that may be because of the writer on the movie, which is Al Kaplan. You may be familiar from movies like Zombievers or Critters: A New Binge or The Drone. All of these movies were kind of silly, and one of them in particular, the Critters: A New Binge, I wasn't too fond of. But Zombievers and The Drone were so silly it was kind of makes sense. Here, do not expect that level of comedy in this film. This is completely different. I honestly, truly believe this is Al Kaplan's best work he's written yet. Congratulations, because damn, man, this is like a story that goes places in a lot of different ways. It's a gory film. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of really dark humor in the films. It's modern in a lot of ways because some of the characters are written in a more modern environment, but they're, out in the middle of the podunk countryside. But there is a vibe there that is definitely not comedy. Definitely not Zombievers, definitely not The Drone. This is more nuanced, and the characters are really good. I actually really enjoyed each and every one of these characters. Actors that were playing these roles did a really good job of them too, because there's this balance that's going on that asks the actors to do a lot. And that's all I can really say. But they stand up to the test, and so did the writing. Now, this is a co-director's movie, so there's two people that actually worked on it. One, this is their first feature film, and that is Tess Gutakonda, which I hope I'm saying the name right. They were the writer of the movie Influencer from last year, which a lot of people really enjoyed, and so did I. We also have Mitch Oliver, who this is his second feature. He directed a movie called The Druid's Hand before this, but they do a fantastic job together, and I don't know why that they were working together, but whatever they did evened out everything in the movie just right. The story could have been written into a corner and you don't know what to do with it, And you'll see that in a lot of films where they'll write this story that's like kind of got this fun sort of intro, and then by the third act it sort of falls apart and it just kind of becomes this sort of mundane thing. But no, this movie has surprises throughout the film that kind of keep you on the edge of your seat with suspense and this sort of weird breed of like comedy that's not necessarily comedy. It's just kind of there as a fun entertainment value. All in all, it's just an entertaining film. It seems like all of the cylinders that needed to work in this film really worked well together. I'm glad it was made. It's different. Typically watch these kind of movies and yeah, maybe they might be like a suspense thriller or something like that, and not this sort of amalgamation of different styles or genres. This one felt kind of fresh and it just was nice to watch. Seeing where everything went, crazy situations that these characters got themselves into, how the family survived, one tiny surprise after another, and in a good way. For an indie film, and this is a movie that really didn't get, a lot of money, but they spent the money right with whether it was acting, story, atmosphere, camera work. It knew its boundaries and it did it well and superseded my expectations throughout the film. I think you should check it out. I honestly am sitting at a solid 8, if not an 8.5, and I really think it deserves an 8.5 for what it's achieved. I didn't have a lot of nice things to say about Critters, a new binge, and man, am I eating my words now. So, congratulations to everybody. I'm really happy about seeing this movie. It's got me vibing, man. I'm like really excited to talk about it, and I think you will too. I'm gonna keep this one pretty short because I can't talk about anything else. Just go see it. It's free. It's Tubi. Go check it out. I didn't care about the commercials. There was like one every 20 minutes or so, which wasn't too bad, but I am a little particular about that. But I gave it a shot anyway, and I'm glad I did. Let me know what you think about this movie. Try not to spoil it in the comments, but let me know what you think of this film. Did you enjoy it? Are you excited to see it? Are you gonna check it out? Are you gonna give Tubi a chance and you never have before? Let me know in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for coming by, and as always, long live the void.